So Redfin put out an article the other day talking about 1 in 7 investors, aka flippers, losing money. A flipper being defined as somebody who buys and sells within 9 months. I'm on record saying that I actually think the number is a little bit worse than 1 in 7, perhaps as bad as 1 in 5. But what I thought I would do is talk to the one and only Omar, Invest with Omar on Instagram, and talk about all the ways we have seen investors lose money flipping properties, because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of ways investors lose money. And we're going to talk about all of them here. Omar, why don't we go back and forth, play the game of ping pong? You go, I go. You're the guest. You go first. What's the first way people lose money flipping properties?
The number one way you lose money flipping property is you overpay for the property.
You buy it wrong.
The buy it wrong is ultimately, because they do say, Michael, you also, the profits made at the purchase.
Exactly.
So that's number one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. Purchasing it too high.
Yeah, absolutely. Number two, we'll kind of go into the repair, right? You either over repair or under repair. What does that mean? So let's say you're buying something below the median. Omar or I would do a 40K remodel. Let's just use that as the example. I have seen some new flippers come in and they want to over improve it. They want to make it like they were going to live there. So instead of doing a 40K remodel, they do a 65K remodel.
Oof.
Yeah, unfortunately, that extra 25K does not add much to the selling price, because these houses below the median have a natural kind of ceiling on them. So you can definitely over improve. Like that, I have seen some flippers come in and go, Omar and Michael are idiots. Why are they doing 40K? They could do 20. Those cabinets can be saved. Just paint them. Who cares if it's the old Subway tires and they're yellow in the 70s? The 70s are coming back. I've heard people like that. So instead of doing a 40K remodel, they do a 20K remodel. And unfortunately, while they might get lucky in a market with only 107 listings, the reality says a half-done remodel is not going to work. So I think you can over and under improve a flip. So that's my number, or that's the number two. You're right. Number one is nailed. So what's your number three?
Number three is holding costs.
Oh,
the holding costs, because what your expectation is, you didn't pay cash for the property. Majority of people aren't paying cash for the property. If you are, congratulations, you're going to do 1 1/4. But that's it.
Exactly.
Okay, or 1 or 2 times a year. So the holding costs, because you're leveraging hard money financing or private money, you still have that holding cost. And I've seen it, and this is firsthand coming from someone that flips a lot of properties. When we end up having that bill coming out of our account every single month, we got 7 projects. Let's just do the math real quick. 7 projects times, let's just see on the average, because everything's increased now, right? 10% loans.
Yeah.
They're not 7% anymore. And this isn't the cost to buy it. This is the maintaining to keep it going. Okay. So your 7 deals times, let's just call $1,400. That's about right? $1,400 a month. Okay. That there is $10,000 a month.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Yep.
7 properties, $10,000 a month. That is that's $120,000 a year in pure interest.
Yep.
So you hope that your 120K of an investment, because that's what it is going to be a 400 to 500K or 700K. I would assume it's going to be more, right? Because the cost. So if you don't peg it right, you're going to be like, okay, well, where's the money coming from?
Right.
And I got multiple streams of income, right? But guess what? Sometimes I wonder, it's like, oh shit, where is the other money coming from while I finish these projects? So it's like, oh yeah, well, let me go list some houses. Let me go close a couple other deals so it can offset it, or the rentals will offset this margin. But guys, just because it offsets it doesn't mean that you're positive.
Yeah. Yeah. So my next one is not taking the small loss. Right.
Huge.
We've seen some of this. We've seen some of that in Q4 of last year. I have a personal experience with somebody that had $10 million net worth, like legit. He was a big 7-figure flipper in the Bay Area. that didn't take a 50K loss on one of his flips because his ego wouldn't let him do it. He had done so well for so long, he thought he could just magically force it. And that one decision caused a cascading effect and ultimately went bankrupt, lost everything, got divorced, and is out of the game. But sometimes you got to take a small L, right? Omar, you talked about a couple L's you've taken. Jason's talked about a couple L's. It happens when you're in the game.
It really sucks, man. I'll
It
tell you
does.
that. You got to eat some humble pie, like a line of humble pie, not just one,
Not just one, a bunch of them.
a bunch of them, because you feel like you're winning and you're not, and taking that L. I mean, honestly, I took the L for 100K, and it alleviated pressure,
Yeah.
so I'm able to go create like this other deal that we're closing for 150K profit. So it allows you to like go see other projects instead of it being like, oh damn, this is like weighing me down. I'm gonna ride it through. I'm gonna ride it through. You know, and
Yeah.
it sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's do one more round. You got the next one?
Yeah. So the holding cost. Okay. So that holding cost, yours is taking the L. Oh, this is the location that you're buying your project at. The location,
Yeah.
100%. Like location, location, location. We talk about it all the time when it comes to real estate, right?
Yeah.
And in this last market of 2020, 2021, location didn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Because everybody got lucky. They just bought a house, they sold it. They bought a house, they sold it, right? Because buyers didn't care because there was no inventory. Rates were 3%. It didn't matter where you freaking bought, you're still going to do well. Okay. But now we're at a normal market, 6.5%, 7% interest rates. The location of where you're buying your investment is going to be the next part of it, right? Number one is going to be the purchasing aspect of it, right? But will you buy a subpar location, Michael, for like a phenomenal price? Phenomenal price.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's always something. You know what I call these properties? I call these yeah, but. It's a
Yeah,
great
but
house, but yeah, but. It's a this, but yeah, but. Yeah, but
okay,
does have a price. Absolutely.
yes. But check this out. The yeah, but house that we're discussing now, the location. Well, if you're in a market where this is where it's super key. The U.S. the housing authority, which is Section 8,
Mhm.
there's a waiting list.
Yeah.
Some of these people do not care where the location's at.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where you might win if you end up buying it
Yeah.
to hold. Okay,
Yeah.
but if you want to flip it on a super busy highway, and you're not going to get that attraction if there's a bunch of kids, if that's a family, first thing that's going to go in their mind, nope, that's too close to the highway. I don't want my kid to die.
Yeah.
Just in
Yeah.
case,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
Location.
So my third and final one is I see so many investors do it. A lot of people are doing it right now. Is you change your exit, right? So you come into a property, you're
Ooh,
going to flip
okay.
it. And for whatever reason, it goes against you. And then you convince yourself, oh, I'm not going to flip it. I'm going to Airbnb it. And then Airbnb shits the bed. Oh,
Ooh,
then I'm going to be a midterm rental. Oh, I'm going to shit the bed. And then, oh, by the way, I'm going to make a long-term rental. And when you change the exit, it makes all the other numbers hurt you, right? If you went into a flip and suddenly becomes a long-term rental, you probably overpaid. You probably overimproved. You probably have a holding cost too long. You're probably losing your ass. So one of the
yeah.
things that will cause a loss is changing your exit.
Oof.
I know
Oof.
the plan for my property the day it goes in escrow, and it will not change. It will not change whether I'm keeping it or flipping it or whatever I'm doing with it. I do not, because again, that's a huge mistake. If you buy it to flip, then sell it. Don't try to. How many times have people told themselves, "Oh, my busted flip is going to become a long-term rental"? Well, you probably bought it wrong. You probably have a negative
Yep.
cash flow. It's probably an alligator
Yep.
now, and you're slowly bleeding. So that's my final one.
Okay. So we got. I want to go through it real quick before we
Yeah,
finish it. Number one was the price point that you purchased the property at.
yeah, buying it right. Yep.
Buying it right. Number two, that was yours, which was the rehab.
Yeah, rehab over or under approve a rehab. Over
Okay.
improve or
Over
under.
rehab. Okay. Or under improve. And I'm writing this down, guys. I mean, you guys should too. Over rehab or under improve. Number 3, which was my second one, which was the holding costs. Number 4, Michael.
The second one that I gave, I don't remember. What was it? So over improve, under improve. My third one was changing your exit. What was my second one?
No, changing your exit was your third.
Yeah, second one.
Where I know, and we just freaking got done talking about it right now. And this
Yeah,
is why, because
we don't plan these. Yeah.
no, we just go off of it and that's it. So
Yeah.
was it the okay, no, holding costs, and after that it was the it was spot on. The last was the exit. What was your second one?
I don't know, folks. You tell us. Leave comments below. What was the second one that I put out?
Dang.
So yeah. Yeah, my memory's
that's
not what it used to be.
Yeah, I'm serious because we just keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
But dang it, that sucks because then my third one was location.
Yeah, but
Yours,
houses.
yeah, but houses. Yours was
Oh, the small loss. Taking the small loss was my
small
second.
losses. Let's go. Taking the loss. Okay,
taking the
so I'm
L.
writing this down. So taking the loss, number 5. This was going to be location. And then number 6, which your last one, is
Changing the exit.
changing the exit of the project. Okay. Sweet.
Right.
I love
There
it.
you
I
go.
love it. This is good. This is good. All right.
There you go,
Got
folks. Redfin says 1 in 7. I think it was 1 in 5. It's probably one of these 6 reasons. You can lose a lot of money lots of different ways in real estate. You can also make a lot of money, but there are a lot of new people getting hurt right now. So be careful, get a buy box, know your numbers. And if you want to be in the high desert, you should network with Omar. How do they do that, Omar?
You guys follow me on IG, Invest with Omar, or go to my website, omaralfaro.com.
Thank you, buddy.